Adam Small here again from My Music Masterclass, and today we have another review for you, and it's in this. What could it be inside here? In this small gig bag we have a full-size 88-key keyboard from Vangoa, and here are the specs. On the back of this thing we have 2 speakers, a headphone out, a mic input, an MP3 input, a sustain pedal jack, and a USB-C port. Like I said, it's an 88-key keyboard, it's semi-weighted, and it has some LED light-up keys too. When this thing is folded in half, it's only 24.8 inches long by 8 inches by 4.7 inches, and it weighs about 9.7 pounds. It has built-in Bluetooth, teaching modes, a metronome, a transpose function, record and playback, a full drum kit, MIDI functionality, 20 demo songs, 128 tones and rhythms. This keyboard also has a built-in rechargeable battery, which you can charge via the USB-C port in the back. And apparently the manual says it'll last 12 hours on a charge. Also, you can use that USB-C port to connect it to a computer and therefore use it as a MIDI controller for different projects, or if you're on the road or for whatever. Vangoa did send us this keyboard in exchange for this video review, but they didn't tell us to say anything specific or coach us in any way, and we are always unbiased on this channel and we tell it like it is, so let's get to it. All right, so let's look in this compartment here and see what we have. All right, we got a little sustain pedal, so that's cool. We know we can use a sustain pedal, and you all know what that does. Let's unbox this thing out of this gig bag. So this is what it looks like out of the gig bag, okay? It's pretty small, you can see the side here, and all we have to do is click it and it locks in place. Now in order to fold it again, all you have to do is press this release button on the back, and you can see that it folds, and you can put it back in your case if you want. For those of you who watch our channel, you'll notice that I'm set up on a couch, and I'm not usually set up on a couch when I do reviews, and there's a reason for that. The reason is that I want to simulate a travel experience with this keyboard, because in my eyes, this keyboard would be great for traveling. Like if you have to go out of town and you need something portable to either practice or play music on, or produce if you have your laptop and you need a full-size keyboard, not just a mini producer size, like, you know, keyboard just to get sounds, this would work. So this is what I'm setting up. So that's why I'm not using a keyboard stand for this. Pretend I'm at an Airbnb or a motel or a hotel, and I'm just kind of in a comfortable spot trying to work this thing out on the road. As you can see here, I have a little music stand that came with it. It has these 2 little protrusions, and there's 2 little holes here, and you just pop it in. Voila. As far as what you're going to be hearing, I have a stereo mic set up right behind this piano. So I'm not running this thing direct into my software. I'm trying to emulate what this thing sounds like in a room so you can really hear what it sounds like. So let's run through some of the sounds. I'm not going to go through all 128. I'm just going to give you an overview. All right? So here's a basic piano sound. I'm just going to play something super simple with quiet dynamics and then slightly louder so you can hear the velocity layers. So as you can see, if you look at the keyboard, this knob is your main function knob. And without pressing anything, this is volume now. It's volume as a default. So watch. This is off. Let's see, let's get it all the way up. All right, so this is 16, so this is the loudest it gets. Okay? Now if you want to change the tone, you actually have to press this tone button and then move this. So it's bright piano, electric piano, Rhodes. We can try Rhodes. All right, so let's play it. Okay? Like I said, there's 128 sounds, so I'm just gonna pick like 1 or 2 more and we're gonna move on. Clavichord, okay, sure. All right, that's cool. Slap bass, right? So as a bass player, And as a fan of Seinfeld, I'll see what this sounds like. All right, so there's a lot of sounds here. Like I said, 128 in total. We're not gonna go through all of them because there's no reason. I mean, they're pretty general MIDI type of sounds that you've heard before on other keyboards. And that's not really the reason that you would get this thing. You wouldn't get it because you want like the most authentic sounding grand piano sound through little speakers. This product is really intended to be super convenient and portable, right? So let's move on. You obviously have some demo stuff here. We can try that. This rhythm button right here is a drum machine, right? So you can go through different beats. You get the idea. It's a drum machine. There's plenty of beats that you can choose from if you want that kind of accompaniment. We have a record feature right here, so if you were working on something and you didn't want to forget it, and you don't have your phone handy or something else to record it, you could do it right here. You can just hold this button down until it says record on, and then play something easy. And then played it back. Well, in fairness, you don't have to play something easy, I just did. You could play something super complicated. Now you see that you have a metronome feature right here. You can click that, and you can adjust where the accent is. This would just be 2/4, 3/4. This is 4/4, right? It's set to 120 BPM out of the box. That's what this is. That's 120 BPM. Now, if I want to make that 100, for instance, I can't just change it with a dial to 100 BPM. I actually have to subtract 20. So that's how this LED system works here, this screen, right? So I'll show you. For instance, this is 120. Now I click this, and now I click again, and you have to see, I have to subtract 20. That's how you get to 100. Now, besides being a travel instrument, this is also a learning instrument. It's not expensive. I think it's between $157 and $177 right now on Amazon, depending on what color you get. And it has a lot of learning features too. So let's see how this thing does with a basic piano learning app. I've loaded up a piano learning app on this tablet. I'm just doing lesson 1 because I'm not going to pay for the full version here. So I'm just going to play a couple notes, and you'll see that it's tracking what I'm doing on the app via the speakers. It's listening for the note, actually. This isn't even working via Bluetooth on this one. So here we go. This thing has more features that I'm not going to get into because there's other reviews that go deeper into these things. You can turn this entire keyboard into a drum set via drum mode. But again, these are sounds that you've heard before, and I don't think it's something we need to highlight in this review. There's also a learning mode that'll help you do some things that are internal on the keyboard. But most people these days will be using apps, which is why I showed you that app, and also it has a Bluetooth function and other things that help you interface into these other learning situations. As far as the action is concerned, it's a little bit bouncy, but it actually feels pretty good. Of course, it's not going to feel like real hammer action weighted piano, but it's not a bad action for a practice vessel and for something that's portable and that you're going to use on the go. The best thing about this keyboard isn't going to be the sounds, and it's not going to be the action. It's going to be the fact that it folds up and that you can bring it places or store it somewhere very small. And that's where it's going to excel. Also, the fact that it has that 12-hour battery life and the internal speakers, and that you can connect that USB-C cable to your laptop. If I have my laptop and I'm on the road and I'm in some random hotel room, and I want to make some tracks, and let's say I'm a keyboardist that really wants the full range of the instrument, so I want an 88 key controller. You could easily connect this thing to your laptop, trigger a really nice piano sound, string sounds, bass sounds, synths, whatever you need, and at least get a good demo if you're in, at an airport, in a hotel room, or whatever you feel like doing. To sum this up, for the price, like I said, $157 to around $177 right now. It's a really cool thing to have, and it's cool because it folds. It can run on this internal battery for a long time, and you could practice or use it as a controller. That's my view on this. And also, if you're a very beginning student and you just want something that you can put in the side of your room and then unfold it in practice, or just learn the basics of piano, this is definitely a cool tool for that. With that being said, that's it for me now. If you liked the video, please like the video. You can add comments if you want. Please subscribe to the channel because that helps us to create more videos like this. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one.